just play this game. Yeah, I'm very surprised to actually see that I have characters, I have a map, have stuff in the inventory. Maybe I can just sort it out, or I would actually head north, because that's the direction in which we have to go to find our yeah, our bases. Because on this map we have built more than one base to actually no to actually find our way around, because we are playing on no map, and we kind of took a long time until we activated portals. And so this is kind of a no map run with some cheating involved, but that that has some explanations later on. It's like my first no map attempt, and I could say I have failed it willingly. I'm okay with the fact that I have failed it, because I was kind of waiting for this patch for yeah, the last update for Valheim to come so that I could film this. And yeah, it's a bit unfortunate I didn't get, for example, to go to the Mistlands, but I came pretty close to the Mistlands and interacted with them nicely. Although nicely is a bit much said, because yeah, because we just took a peek in the Mistlands and we realized the danger of getting lost in the Mistlands and not having a direction, or maybe an item to have a sense of north. I hope that makes sense. But I've learned quite a few things here, and it kind of felt like cheating when I started turning on and turning off the build. Yeah, I also used the free build mode at one point. I also turned the no portal on and off, and there was like this stuff that I did, and yeah, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to make this map like mostly a no map, but I'm just going to test things out to understand what that would mean. And yeah, then I realized I started to exaggerate on the cheating, because this sounds pretty funny actually. Yeah, I decided, okay, yeah, I'm doing no portal. I tell myself I'm doing no map, then I'm not doing no map, then I'm doing no portal. And I always changed between these, to the point where I didn't really understand anymore what I wanted to do. And I decided I would just go for it. But the things that I found on the map on this no map, no portal, actually the way in which things happen turned out to be pretty awesome, like amazing. That it was such a nice find. That was always such a nice find. Like the way I found the Elder, it was such an epic moment. I found it in the Black Forest. I was moving towards the swamp, and then when I found Bonemass with the Bog Witch right with it, and the fact that we can now block attacks like this without losing stamina is super amazing. Bonemass is also amazing, but we also have to find out where we are. Because we're just heading north. Although we should probably head northeast somehow. Yeah. We have to find Mostly, basically, we have to find the the Black Forest base, and from there it's a pretty easy. It's a pretty easy way to reach the rest of the locations if we don't get lost at sea, of course. That is. Yeah. Oh man, I actually just remembering how awesome this map was. This map was awesome. And I think what I want to do, yeah. Oh yes, I think I'm coming to a pretty good idea here. To make the first Valheim tutorial in Romanian on how to beat it on NoMap. Man, everyone in Romania plays Dota, League of Legends, these kind of games that they're good, but people waste so much time in it. Oof. And they don't even look for games like Valheim or anything else in this direction. So there has to be someone who does it right. Or at least we're going to try. I mean, it's gonna be Ashlands as well. It's gonna be deep north. At one point, it's gonna get so intensive and it would take so much time. But I can definitely speedrun it to up to a point. Besides, we're pretty good at this. We're getting lost here a bit because there's this black forest and I don't understand how to get around it. Actually, I don't even know where I have to go, to be honest. Yeah, that's the thing. I really have no idea. Another word, the Dewstones nearby, obviously. And then we went along the shore, then we went inside the not the mountains, what? Yeah, we just went around and then we found a black forest where we decided to settle in. We started mining copper. And from there, when we were all set, we decided to go for a black forest next to a swamp. And that's where we build our first black forest base. Yeah. Yeah, that's how we started with the black forest. But the base was actually in the meadows. The initial one, the initial copper mining base, that was in the meadows. I was just looking if there's anything going in this forest. West. We're actually on the west coast. Yeah. I think we should go to the east coast, not the west coast. Very important. But could have dodged this guy. Yeah, so if this is the west coast, maybe we should try to go to the east coast. Because this coast is pretty wild. There's absolutely nothing here. I didn't build anything. Maybe it would make sense to build a bed or something. Sound right. That we're this close to the black forest is really annoying. And that we cannot sleep, also very annoying. Gonna need to find stone, either this or we're just gonna move through the forest eastwards and hope we will find something. Probably these lands are so untouched. That we might probably find beehives in here. Who knows? Yeah. Virgin forests. Like in Transylvania. Deer. Okay, we're still going towards the forest. It's pretty hard to not go towards the forest. Where's west again? It's all annoying. I don't see anything. Alright. And I realized I also have the camera turned on, but I'm gonna change that as well, because for this one I don't want to have the camera turned on. I just want to chill. So I'm actually recording, but not recording as I'm just making some corrections here until I really do like the final version of this. This is not even my main character on this island, because we started at spawn. But I have another character, and we have to get our items back because we died. And we died in a pretty stupid fashion, I have to say. Because we were fighting some Devskitos in the plains, and there were fuelings. Like, there weren't even many fuelings. There were like 2 fuelings. And we were trying to dodge them, trying to outsmart them, while we didn't even have like good armor on us. And we were low HP, so we had like low HP food. And that's how we died. We had good stamina, but we were taking unnecessary fights. That was the problem. That was the issue here. Yeah. I'm gonna touch these rocks here. And we're gonna go in it. We're gonna go, yeah, we're going to go inside the forest, but I also need to shut off my phone because it's being annoying. Let's do the perfect block. Okay. Be right back. I'm gonna do the phone thing. Alright, let's keep on going. I had to shut off the alarm of my phone because I have an alarm, because I have to take out the containers, because it's Wednesday evening, and every Wednesday evening, every Thursday morning, the trash car trash car. I don't even know how it's correct. You know, the Müllwagen. Yeah, trash. Gunoieri. They come and take the trash. And when they come and take the trash, I'm not awake, because I'm a lazy sleeper and I sleep until 9 or 10. And they usually get here by 7. Anyway, I don't know why I tried to explain this. But since this game is gonna take so long, I guess that's just stuff to maybe mention. And probably I want to get to that point where I wake up before they get to our street. And maybe by the time I'm finished with this Valheim playthrough, like the entire thing, the big thing, I'm gonna wake up before them. Maybe that's a goal I could set for myself to maybe in 1 year's time. I don't know. I don't know how much this is gonna take. Oh god, that's also a very important question to ask. How much would that take? Valheim, no map, no portals run. I think that would be very, very, very serious. I would expect something like that. Take maybe 1 year, huh? I don't know. Maybe 1 year is exaggerated. I don't think anyone's gonna stick around to something like that. I don't know. I don't know how I should go about this. And I was thinking if we don't actually find anything here on this map. I mean, I'm looking for. Um, I would want to go east and look for the first base. But if this doesn't happen, I think I'm going to go on the main character, vibes, yeah. And I'm going to start the adventure from there. I think that's what I'm going to do. And get our items back, hop on the ship, and bring back the trophy. Or maybe put maybe we could just put a portal here at the trophy room. Maybe that should be our quest for this guy. We find the spawn again, put a portal, and accept that this world has like portal. Oh. It seems a bit laggy. I don't know. I mean, this portal thing can be done even with another character if needed. But I think I'm getting back to where I came from. I think this is where we came from. I recognize this tree, but I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's another. I'm really lost here, but it's not such a big deal. It's a very big deal if you get lost. It's very, yeah, it's a very big deal if you get lost. Getting lost can mean certain death, maybe. Sometimes, or a really, really long time to actually get back. So the most important thing about this is to not get lost at all, or avoid it at any cost. Don't get lost. But then the other problem of trying to not get lost is the fact that you're going to be too careful, maybe. That can also happen. Like I said, virgin lands. Here are virgin lands. We found the beehive. Yeah, and maybe it's okay to get lost in the beginning until you find something. Because at one point you're probably gonna sit a little bit. You're probably going to take it a bit more slowly. So there should be a balance between adventuring and doing stuff, or not doing stuff. It really depends on the situation. We could just repair this. Sleep here. Fine. Okay. Yeah. I was thinking and thinking, and then suddenly it became day. Pretty interesting location here. We're in the meadows. Looks beautiful, actually. This game offers some very nice views. It's gonna be really okay. Okay. So now we have to go. I don't understand. Is this westward? This is westwards, right? And this is east. They changed it. Is it just me or did they change Yggdrasil? I think they changed Yggdrasil. Of course, the sun rises in the west. That means we have actually went the wrong way. Because the sun doesn't rise in the west, it rises in the east. And I think we thought that this was actually west. And then, yeah, the sun rises in the east here, and we went to the west actually. Yeah, we have mistaken Yggdrasil. We haven't really decided where north was, and we were at the spawn. That was actually the stupid thing, that we were at the spawn and we didn't look which one north was, or we didn't care too much about north. And yeah, now we realize that Yggdrasil looks totally different from what it looked before. Yeah, and now we just went the wrong way. But that's okay. I guess the beauty of starting a new map in Valheim, a new game with no map, is the fact that you're exploring stuff and you're coming across interesting places. And we should start getting used to dodging those poison attacks. Or we could just start dodging again and careful. And also upgrade our skill. Oh, okay. So also let's talk maps. Let's talk about the map a little bit. There are some things that we have to talk about here in this run. And how to do it. How not to do it. This run certainly I'm going to enjoy. Yeah. But we're gonna settle down. We're gonna settle down at one point. We're gonna start a new map. And I think the best place to actually settle down is next to Black Forest, so I can start mining copper. And yeah, prior to going to the swamp, I think it's a good idea to map out the entire island, to chart out the entire island in the shape of like to make roads from north to south and from east to west. I think that's the wisest way to approach this. And maybe make also something like a grid or maybe make circles, like three layers of circles. Try 3 layers of circles. Maybe an outer circle and middle circle and inner circle. Circle. Oh god, I don't like the English language. That's why I honestly I actually like to stream this game in Romanian. Because I told myself if my Romanian teacher would hear me speak in Romanian, she would probably cringe. And if my English teacher would hear my English, she would also cringe. And everyone would cringe if they would listen to me. But English is something I'm comfortable with in terms of stability. I find it the most logical language to speak when doing a Valheim run. But I'm going to see how that goes. I'm gonna see how that goes. I should have maybe, or I could have actually just leveled the ground a bit. I kind of trapped myself here. We should be looking east. That should be north, yeah. Maybe we have to go that way. This is north? Is this the north side of the island? I guess so, huh? So we can kind of map this shore as the northern shore. As to signal that we have been here. And maybe this is like one of the northernmost points. And that's why we can make something here. Like, I don't know, fence. And that would actually be enough for us to know that we have been here. And that this is like a north peak. Can be minimalistic about it without having to carry too much stuff with us. What I don't like about the setup is the fact that the hole cannot be repaired at the workbench and that you always need to cover your workbench to actually do something. That makes sense. I think I know that, or I just think I think that. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We'll see what happens. If we just circle the island, we will come across something eventually. So there's no way we're not going to come across something. But maybe it's gonna take a lot of time. So this is east, right? Now that is east. This is south, huh? Yeah, southeast. We're gonna go that way on that peninsula? I think so. So this is really unexplored land. And we also didn't take that stupid honey with us, which is really bad. That's really, really bad. I don't know why I didn't take it, and I should have just thrown away this. Maybe this as well. Now, maybe this is good, actually. It's so difficult to actually decide what to throw away, but maybe the fine wood bow would be something to throw away. Maybe the poison resistance meat, maybe these. Maybe I don't need fine wood at all, actually. But what I need is wood instead of fine wood. There's also yeah, there's the wisdom in traveling, in doing stuff. At least we found another beehive. We can get honey. We can get honey permanently until we reach something. In case you need it, that's the point. That's the point of this. And then we can just dismantle this building so we don't have to bother too much with it. And there are like some basic techniques that I understand. but sometimes I would be too lazy to do them, and that would not help me in any way. Yeah, this is like southeast already, and if it's getting foggy, if it's getting rainy, yeah, our adventure is gonna be a bit more difficult now. Also, we haven't prepared our stuff, and also we should have taken Eightir instead of Bonemass. Fool! We have to consider so many things, and there are so many mistakes to make that the Valheim NoMap-run is actually a pretty serious thing. Yup. Yep. Uh, we'll see. We'll see if we make it. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if anyone is going to hear these little noises. Nothing. The nothing noises. Nothingness. Okay. Now I think it's gonna take some time to actually reach them. Maybe we should just eat. Maybe we should just wait. That's a good question. Maybe I should just throw in the stuff here that I don't need. Did I repair stuff? Fine. You can also make wood lamps. Well, and we even need lots of flint, so we can make like chopping log. If we even want to make level 2 workbench, so there is some essential stuff that you have to carry in the meadows if you are joining an old save with another character, with an older character that you played on another map. On a map where you actually want to do something, and yeah, I don't know how to explain that. But I would also like to make a sundial and experiment with some different stuff here, to be honest. The meadows is great actually as a starting point. So this map, this is not a new map, yeah? This is not the map we are going to play as a no map, no portals. And I still want to tell some things. So maybe we can actually discuss these things while we are doing some building on a meadow base. Let's drop these things. These are precious items, but we're gonna go and chop some wood only. That's all what we want to do. And we also want to find the spawn. Okay. So you're the greatest, Alfred. Alfred. The greatest Alfred. I was thinking maybe if these runes don't indicate how close you are to the spawn or not. I'm gonna go treasure hunting soon. Yep. And the treasure is gonna be the surprise part. Yep. And what I wanna do, what I want to say. I equip both of these items at the same time. Inventory check. Yeah, let's build this. Let's build a sundial. I forgot how you did that. I saw a video once. Okay, let's get to the point. I would definitely like to make a Valheim NoMap. This is an old map that I experimented with, and the experiment was pretty nice, I have to say. I think the desktop audio is pretty loud, the wood chopping audio is pretty loud, and the thing is that this map that I played, I actually looked on the seed at one point after I got to the Bonemass, only to realize that Mulder and Yagluth would have also been in a pretty good range. So even with the previous map that I played with one of my friends from the Mongols group and two of his mates, we were a group of 4. And I also realized on that map that the way the bosses are laid out is pretty logical and beautiful, and actually the monsters, everything spawns really well. If you manage to find yourself around, you're gonna be okay. And I got even pretty close to the queen, so if I had stayed on that map, if I would have played maybe 2 times as more than I have played, and I've played maybe 60 hours, let's say. If I had played 120 hours, I would have beaten the queen, and I would have been ready to travel to the Ashlands as well. So making this like 120 hours, let's say 160 game hours to get to Fader. Let's say that's realistic. Yeah, and then we would have the Great North, and probably that would take another 60 hours, so that would be a 200-hour investment in this NoMap-run from start to finish, and maybe I would be the first to actually make a NoMap-run from starting with a Deep North update. That would actually be pretty cool, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. This is my idea, and to me it kind of makes sense. But at the same time, I really need to understand how to make this sundial. As far as I remember, of course, flattening stuff is also very important. And I also want to understand, if you flatten something, it flattens it to the north, east, southwest, so you have like the points already, the cardinal points. But this, I think this is not set up in the right direction, because it looks like diagonal, or not, like this. I think this is how you have to make it. But now it's also, okay, yeah. I thought it's the same, no. Would have been like this, okay. So now, we should probably do it like this. Yeah. Maybe with 3, 4 I don't think is necessary. And I also saw a shadow at one point. But no. Here it is. Yeah, I don't know what time it is. We have to check that. We have to check. Now the shadow was here, right? So we cannot rely on that completely, because it's the shadow of the tree from the thunder. So we have to wait for the sun. basically to be out, and then we can also look at the sun to understand where it's shining, and that's the deal. So what I want to do here is make a small base and just set up and think what we're gonna do. I think if I don't manage to finish this in 2 hours, then I'm just gonna go on the old save and take my stuff and get back from the other direction. Maybe I'm gonna find a bear here. That would be very interesting. Or maybe I'm not gonna find anything, who knows. I was actually gonna do some building. Yes, that was my plan. Do like this. Okay, okay. It's night. Yeah, I could have anticipated night coming very soon. Yeah, it's interesting. And now we need a middle piece. Gonna take this. I think it's gonna look better. And yeah, maybe this is also my chance to try my best at some building, and I always like to build. If I had like a map I knew I would settle on like forever, like a forever map. Yeah, maybe this is what I want to do. Maybe I want to make a forever map out of this Valheim save of a new map, and that would be, yeah, that would be the map, the forever map in Valheim that I was actually thinking about at one point, where I would build stuff, where I would like connect roads and make like a logical RPG out of that, you know? Because I always had the feeling that if you play Valheim and you play with portals and you play with map, definitely with map, it's pretty obvious to me why map makes the game more boring. But portals, it isn't so obvious. It isn't so obvious. I understand people who would not, you know, ditch portals in such a playthrough. But the thing is that I think the beauty of building lies in the fact that you are you have the travel element. You have the element of travel in a no portal run, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of no portal. That you will have to travel. You will have to make roads. You will have to have like different villages, different settlements. You would have to even settle in many places to make outposts, to make points where you could return to even make like a prototype of a map that you could use in the areas where you reach, that you reach, not where you reach. So to have like something to add to your sense of orientation, I need better food here. No healing for you. If the bear would have gotten me now, that wouldn't have been good. I don't wanna meet a bear right now. Yeah, and it's actually funny. Yeah, bear. Yeah. Now it's funny because I actually already recorded the next episode of Step Philosophy, And I was talking about the fact that I find bears scary, and that I was afraid not to stumble upon a bear in during my hikes, during the video even, and I was shouting pretty loudly, talking about stuff. There's a troll? No, but that looked like a troll. That's the troll stone. Yeah, and now we have the Valheim update with the bear, and we're pretty close to a black forest. We have everything we need to actually encounter a bear. Yeah, and I think that's what I'm gonna go for at this moment. This is what I wanna do, yeah. And I wanna get some snack really quick. And we still have 15 minutes. We still have 15 minutes to go. And I would like to use this opportunity to find the bear. Alright guys, I'm back. Had a pretty good dinner, although it's late, very late. And I'm feeling really good and really chilled out right now. I was also thinking that I wanna try to find the bear really soon, and if that doesn't work, okay, work save means it's probably gonna be the next day very soon. So I had this already. I'm gonna drop some stuff here. This one is so much better than the core meat. And let's head out to look for the bear. Let's try to make something here just to understand where we are. And then I think I'm going to hunt the bear tomorrow in case I don't find him today. And I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm going to look for the bear tomorrow. And it's gonna be interesting. We were slow and we decided to take it slowly. That's why it didn't happen in day one. But that's okay. Like from the first episode. And maybe we can still talk about stuff while we hunt the bear. I don't expect the bear to be here like already. And also we are looking for the thing. We're looking for the we also want to have the items going on. Oh god. Sometimes it's very hard to speak. Okay, we dodged it finally. But we allowed him to heal himself. Okay, double kill. And that's good. Alright, let's also make a path here. Last thing we want to do is get lost here. And we're gonna place like we're going to use this dragon head to mark our way home. Like that is east, right? That's how we agreed on. I don't remember. How did we agree on it? Okay, that's east, yeah? If that's south, that's east, yeah. Again? Okay, north. Okay. East, yeah. The dragon head shows to the east. That's very important. And now we're gonna use the hope to level the ground. I already saw this village here, so I don't expect to find much here. But maybe there is more black forest here in the proximity. And there isn't. And yeah, that's why we should do this tomorrow, because time is already fading. And yeah, I also realized it took me so much time, and I'm really, really slow. And I have been to the woods again. I have prepared 3 more episodes for Step Philosophy, but whatever. It's actually about the plan I have. Hunting the bear is very fun because I'm actually planning to be going out more often. Today was a very interesting day actually, guys, and I thought about Valheim because I found scrap iron in my backyard. And okay, it sounds irrelevant as I put it this way, but I have decided to get, with the money that I had left, a metal detector. And I also decided to test it out in my yard, and it was actually very fun to put it at test. I tried to fiddle a bit with the settings, I explored some stuff, and I also found like a copper object, a mysterious copper object. I don't know what it is, I don't think it's worth anything. And also I found some scrap metal, which I think is a lot of wherever you start digging. And that means that I made 3 holes in in my backyard, in my jungle, um, which is unfortunate, but I can fill them in later anyway. Okay, there is more black forest there. Let's try that one. Also, we have boar here, which is pretty cool. And yeah, the idea with the metal detector came when I started looking into this region. I started reading some books about history, and I looked into some articles about this region, or I thought about some stuff that after I had a conversation with a friend about Romania, who was yeah, we were talking about civilizations that have lived here. He's a good friend, yeah. And it's not that I'm, trying to point out the contradiction that we had, but at the same time, more relevant is the thought that I had that, how many empires and how many kingdoms have tried to be here, and how many different cultures have wanted to set foot in Transylvania, and how important it was actually geopolitically in many situations. And there were many different kingdoms here, including the Huns. And yeah, I was like going through the forest, and I was thinking about the Huns, and I was listening to some music from Total War, Attila. Like, it sounds funny, but then I was also thinking that the Huns, they would probably bury their warriors inside forests and stuff like that. And then I actually wanted to go out in the forest and start digging for soil for my garden. So this is how I came to this idea. I was digging. I was digging some. I was looking to put some soil from the Black Forest to put them in the car. Okay, I should have just let them do their thing here, right? And then I was thinking, damn, I could actually unearth some interesting stuff from here if I had the gear, if I had the equipment, like a metal detector. And then I was thinking about the cool stuff that you could find with a metal detector. And yeah, that idea really got me going, because I decided to make that hike a little longer, and I was like afraid of a bear, and I took my bow just to be very preventive with it, and just to prevent a bear from attacking and stuff. I also had my bear spray, of course, but yeah, I wanted to go survival on it. And then I was thinking, damn, the Huns, they actually buried their warriors um, inside these kinds of forests. And then it dawned to me, maybe they would have hidden them there or there, and I was floating, and I was like feeling the mountain valleys. And then I realized, yeah, I would actually really like to explore this kind of stuff, or this idea of using a metal detector. And I also found, like, I have a bunch of maps of this area, And there are many castles around here in the proximity of, let's say, 20 kilometers or maybe 20 miles, whatever. And some might be Huns, but some also might be Roman, some might be Dacian, some might be Bulgarian, some might be Turkish, some might be... Because there were so many interactions here in Transylvania, that it has like a very big importance. It's very important in that sense. And not only that, oh, what was I about to say? I really want to say some... Ooh, that's a nice maple here, huh? That's beautiful. Yay, a maple. That's actually a rare find for me. I haven't really found maples around here. And this is why I like this. I like what just happened on a new old map. It's like I'm starting this old map that I've been playing for like 60 hours, and I'm discovering new areas of this map, which is pretty fun. And it seems to me like the like Yggdrasil is normal again, or it's back to its old self. This is east, yeah, this is west. So the west is where the many fingers show. Okay, there is more black vault. We are going to head that way. It's interesting how we found this area, and I think when you're exploring the meadows, I think it's best to just make a large base that goes along the entire island. And carry stuff around with carts. As much as you can, just use the cart, and you can be very mobile and find lots of stuff. So it seems. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go a little bit further than, you know. So yeah, I was talking about this interesting thing with the metal detector, because there are many fortresses in the area which I would actually like to explore. And since I want to hike a lot, and since some of you guys really like the hike videos, I'm gonna go hiking and exploring stuff in Transylvania. And I'm gonna do this not in Romanian but in English, so it's accessible. And I want to share some knowledge about Transylvania on the go, with maps, with stuff like this, with areas. But I'm still thinking how to do it precisely, because I really don't want to show stuff that is like, I don't want to show my location or say too much, or I'm a little bit reluctant about this. But at the same time, I'm also inspiring myself from other channels that are doing this in Romanian. And the stuff that I would like to talk about is actually stuff that is not being talked about. And like, it's not being talked about, you know? Nobody talks about some stuff in some hidden places in Transylvania. Maybe many just go on the normal routes, you know, like on the regular path, and that's it. That's the thing. If you don't look around, then you're not going to find stuff. That's the story. That's how the story goes. And maybe this is even true for Valheim. Yeah, this is true for Valheim NoMap. And I think since I like to go off the beaten path so much, I think the metal detector is going to be such a good investment, and it might yield something very interesting. Who knows? Like, who knows? That's why I want to try it. I'm okay with the loss. I'm not looking for treasure. I'm not going treasure hunting necessarily. And there have been many other things that I thought about here, I have to say. And I think I should talk about this a little bit more, and we should discuss this, and you should tell me what you guys think about this idea as well. If you listen so far in this video, that would be very interesting. It's I find it to be a very good idea, but this is why I mentioned the thing about BPD last step philosophy video, is because I get these ideas about doing this kind of stuff, and then, you know, there is a voice inside of me that's telling me, you know, it's crazy, because I get many of these ideas a lot of times, and yeah, I don't get to do a lot of them, to say the least. So I don't get to put them into application, because a lot until this point was the problem that I told myself, yeah, that's not possible, or I was cringing too much with myself, and I was telling myself, yeah, okay, but that's too exaggerated, that's too grandiose, that's too much, that's too extreme. And yeah, I realized how much this voice is actually blocking me from doing cool stuff that I could actually do. Yeah. And honestly, between a gaming channel and a history channel, I'd much rather have a history channel. But if I could, I would have both, because I like doing both. Like, me as a person, I realistically like both, and I actually do both. But yeah, this channel here has only been a gaming channel, particularly for Age of Empires 4, particularly Mongols. And it's as if this Mongols idea had like a hidden story to it. Oh well. And now we're getting into the woods. And maybe we don't know how to get out. Or maybe we're gonna find a bear and he's gonna attack us. Well, we have Bonemass, so if anything, we can definitely use Bonemass to save our asses here. We have copper there. We could take some copper there. Actually, I think when you make a base in the meadows towards Black Forest, it's important not to have such a steep slope, or if you have it, maybe you have to actually make a bridge to cross it. Otherwise, it's really bad. Nice kill here. Oh, no, I got hit in the head just as I said that. There was like an improvement on the slopes, on the slope damage. Let's make this fireplace. We know we have to get back this way. But damn, this so this island is actually huge. I didn't expect it. And I think when I played this, I just went for the I just went for it. I just went for the east, and where I found the Black Forest, I immediately grasped that moment to get the black to get to the Black Forest, and then I found swamp, and that was it for me with the spawn island. It didn't make any more sense to stay around here. But yeah, it's debatable what the right way is, right? And now that we're here, we're gonna look for the bear in this Black Forest. So it's you know, same island, just another adventurer, and yeah, you can choose your adventure. whom you want to follow, this one or the other one. So I think I'm going to make 2 episodes with this guy and 2 episodes recovering my corpse. This guy is gonna be a bear hunter, and the other one is gonna be the messenger, because he's gonna come all the way from Mistlands plains, close to Moder, close to Yagluth, to bring Bonemass trophy to the spawn. And this guy is hunting bears in another black forest, and they're going to meet at spawn. And I think that's going to be the story of these two, and this is where the previous map will end. Yeah, this is gonna be the story. And this is gonna be the story of Kharyshkyr meeting with someone else. You know, another part of the identity. And I'm going to make this sacred mission. So this sounds like a pretty cool approach to it, I have to say. I have to pat myself on the shoulders for this idea, to be honest. And yeah, actually, yeah, this is how we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do it. Maybe we can find a bear. And it's interesting because many of these elements, you know, the symbolism of the bear that symbolizes, you know, the explorer that goes too deep into the forest, a warrior whose metal has not yet been tested. Because on my endeavors, oh, it's 2-star skeleton. Wow. Oh, guys. Oh, I didn't even put the open public beta yet. God damn it. Okay, so this is why we don't have the bear yet. Okay, but we have prepared our... You know, we're actually prepared to encounter the bear here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually no, stop the recording here. Hoppa. Wait a second. This is a path. No. Okay. Yes, no. Oh, whoa. I really... Oh, man. I really had a moment here. Wait a second. Where am I? Wait. I really had a moment where I thought, yeah, I've been here. I've been here. Yeah, I know where I am. I've been here. This is my stuff. Wow! Just as I was about to pause and quit the recording, I find this. This is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Now, what do I have here? It's nearly nothing. So this is Black Forest stuff. I've been here, and now I think this is the way to go back to yeah, to that meadows with the copper mining operation. Yeah, I think this is what it is. And this has been like an outpost along the coast. Whoa, this was like an intense wave of emotions right now. Wow, literally. Okay. Yeah, so this is where Kharyshkyr meets with... I don't know the name of the other character. We have to find out. We'll soon find out. So Kharyshkyr meets his friend here, whom he has not seen yet. So how is Kharyshkyr gonna do this? We don't know yet, but this is a story that's gonna be told very, very soon. We also have to find like our path back. Here it is, yeah. This is where the thistle is, yeah. That's where the thistle is. Yep. Let's build Wegweiser. Bam. Bam. Yeah. Wegvisier to the... What was there? What was it? What was it? It was the place we came from. It was that black forest. It was the spawn, but not really the spawn. It was a small outpost along the sea, along the shore of the sea. And now this is like going more north, and there is another outpost a bit further from here. We took this most definitely. Pretty sure about that. And I remember we were so confident in these forests, and I think you have to explore the forests until you feel really confident in them to actually understand them. And that's when you have to venture forth. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Whatever happened tonight was really good. I really like this one. So yeah, now I'm going to stop the recording here, and thank you very much for thank you very much for being here at this moment. This was actually a pretty good moment. Yeah, we're gonna continue tomorrow and explore the Meadows base. And at the same time, we wanna hunt that bear. I should not forget to put the new testing, the beta testing, and so that we can actually hunt the bear. And we're also going to make the equipment for the bear, and then Kharyshkyr will meet with the master of this world. Oh, how it sounds! It sounds pretty sky. This stuff is pretty sky. I like that. And then we will go on another world, an untouched, fresh world, which is going to be the world for the for the entire NoMap NoPortals run. So yeah, stay tuned. I think we're gonna at least have a pretty good start. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.